Boys and girls, do you have your in spring tree map all finished? Okay, if you do, just like I do, you can go ahead and you can just rip it right out of your writing journal and get this turned around and we'll get ready to write. I need to put my name. Oh, did you put yours? It's the first thing we do every single time. Make sure you remember that. It's a good habit to get in. Okay, so let's take a look and see what our sentences are going to be today. Tree maps are so helpful when we are doing our writing. Helps keep us organized. Okay, so here we go. Let's read the very top. In spring, read it with me, okay? In spring, I see flowers and bees. That's the one that I wrote. Did you write the same thing I wrote? If you did, then you'll be writing the same thing I'm writing. Maybe you wrote something different here. Maybe you see something different in the spring. There's lots of things to see. That's not the only thing, but sometimes kids like to write the same thing the teacher's writing because it helps them. Okay, so here we go. In spring, I see flowers and bees. Okay, so you can either copy right from your map or you can do exactly what I'm doing. Capital I-N, just like we did on the other one for winter, in spring. And remember what I said about doing your neat writing and don't do your lowercase letters up over the bumping line. Make sure your diggers come underneath, okay? In spring, I see, and I'm doing finger spaces in between all of my words. Ooh, I've got some sight words in there, I know. I see flowers. Now that F, of course, has to go up to the top, and so does the L. We know that, but not these other ones. Flowers and bees. Now, maybe you put trees or something like that. I put bees because I see bees inside the flowers. Stop. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to check. I'm going to do that red period right now because I know that I ended with that. That means stop. Green at the top means go. Right here at the beginning. Boys and girls, if you have a capital I, go ahead and make that one a beginning. In a green, I'm sorry, make it a green. And then check and see if your words are all separated. Don't squish them together. That's super important, okay? Sometimes I go a little fast, but that's just so that our video isn't super long, okay? But you take your time and you make sure you do it right. If you have to pause the video, please do that. Don't rush just because I'm going a little fast. If I went super slow, you'd be here all day and you'd get bored. Okay, so I'm trying to move a little faster here. Okay. So that's sentence number 1. Sentence number 2 is right here. In spring, I wear shorts and sandals. Now, just like we did with winter, we already said that we're in spring. So in spring, I see. In spring, I wear. In spring, I like to. Do we need to keep saying that over and over again? What do you think? No, we don't have to. So we're just going to go right here to I wear shorts and sandals. Now, maybe you wrote something different there. Maybe you wrote that you wear a dress, or maybe you wrote that you wear a baseball cap, okay? I'm going to say shorts and sandals, okay? I can actually fit my I right there, look. So I'm going to use that space right there because it's only one letter, okay? I wear shorts. Well, I'm doing all my finger spaces because I want to make sure I get all my 5 stars. Shorts. Oh, there's a SH. I like that together. Shorts and finger space and sandals will not fit. I'd have a word waterfall, so I'm going to come down here. Sandals. Okay. Now, I don't know what you wrote for your words. Maybe you wrote the same thing I did. I'm not sure. Okay. Red, period, stop. And let's do our green at the beginning of our sentence. Green capital, and let's make sure that our words are not squished. If they're squished, you have to erase them and go back and fix them. Okay, and then I'm going to have my last sentence right here, okay? Now, I do not need to repeat this, okay? Just like we did the one with winter, we can just say, I like to plant vegetables. Maybe in here you could even put specifically what you like to plant. You could say, I like to plant tomatoes, or I like to plant cucumbers, or I like to plant strawberries, or something like that. I put vegetables, but it's a very long word. So if you don't like that one, do your own. I don't know. Maybe you already finished your map. I hope so. Okay. I like to plant vegetables. Now, that's going to be my sentence number 3. Okay. Now, just like we did when we did winter, I'm going to challenge you to go do this one all by yourselves. Okay. Pretty soon, you're going to be able to do your whole map all by yourselves. Okay. But right now, we're going to do just sentence number 3. Okay. So sentence number 3, I like to plant vegetables, or whatever you wrote. Okay, maybe you wrote something different. You're going to go write yours. I'm going to go write mine, and we'll come back together after you check your 5 stars. Okay, so write your sentence and then check your 5 stars. And then I'll let you look at mine when I do mine. Okay, so you're going to do 2 things. Sentence number 3, that's number 1. Check your 5 stars. That's number 2. Go do those 2 things, and we'll be back in a snap. And my sentence number 3 is all done. Look, I like to plant vegetables. This was super helpful. I hope that your tree map helped you with your writing. Okay, now I'm going to move my tree map out of the way. I'm all done with it now, and I'm going to do my 5 stars and check. Now, I hope that you already did yours, okay? Because I'm going to let you watch mine because I'm going to do mine kind of fast, but I hope you already checked. Okay, now capitals. How many sentences did we do on our tree map? Well, we had 3 sentences on our tree map, so we should have 3 sentences here. So we should have 3 capitals, 1 for the beginning of each sentence. Yep, alrighty. And I'm going to do this in red so you guys can see it a little better today. Check. Then we have our finger spaces. Now, I was very careful with my finger spaces today, and I made sure that none of my words were squished together. Did you do that? If you did, I hope you gave yourself the check. And then punctuation. Well, we had 3 sentences, so how many periods should we have? 3. Look right there. 3. 3 red periods. Yep. Good job, Mrs. Schmidt. Check. And then my neat handwriting. Oh, I was so careful. My diggers came down, my little tails with my G's and my P, they came down under the line. And then my lowercase letters stayed under the bumping line. But the tall ones, I was very careful. I made sure they touched the top where they had to, okay? All right, did you do the same thing with yours? Double, triple check. Make sure, and then you can give yourself a check, okay? All right, now my last one's my favorite because I like to read it and make sure that it makes sense. Now, you are going to go back and read yours. Maybe you already did. Did you already do it? Well, if you didn't, after I do mine, you are going to do yours, okay? All right, here we go. Follow with your eyes while I read it. In spring, I see flowers and bees. I wear shorts and sandals. I like to plant vegetables. Okay, how did yours come out? If you haven't read it yet, pause the video and I want you to go read it. Because reading your writing is super, super good practice, okay? I get a check because mine makes sense. It's the only way you can tell if it makes sense is to read it. You can't just assume or guess that it makes sense. You have to check it. All right, now I'm going to go draw my picture. You are going to go draw your picture. Make sure it looks like springtime, okay? And we'll come back in a snap. And here's my picture. There's me wearing shorts and my sandals. Ooh, and there's lots of green in the springtime because when it rained, yep, it made everything grow even bigger. So we've got flowers and trees and the sun is shining. I just love springtime. How does your picture look? Okay, oh, I didn't draw any bees. Maybe I'll go back and fix that. Did you draw some bees? Or maybe you drew yourself planting vegetables. I didn't do that either. Okay, well, I do have my flowers. And there I am in my sandals. Good job today, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed writing about spring.